If she hatin', tell that bitch to let it go.
Welcome back to my channel. I am iamadorelyric. Thanks for stopping by to kick it with me. So today I recorded this bomb video for you guys that gets super personal about why I'm single, what happened with my ex-boyfriend, where is my headspace at now, all while trying to learn how to do eyeshadow. Today wasn't really my first day, however, it was my first day using the new Morphe palette. So if you want to see how I got this look, make sure you stay tuned. I'll be trying out the new Morphe palette. Well, correction, the old Morphe palette, but it's new to me. It's Morphe 350 or 350. I really wanted the Morphe 3502, however, Ulta did not have it in store, so I decided to get this because this is what they had in store, and they had like a 20% off thing. Okay, so I'm not gonna do like a what am I using type of thing. If y'all want to know, I'll put them in the comments or something, because y'all already, this is the same stuff I use on my other tutorials. So anyway, I'm trying to like distract myself because I'm not the most openest person when it comes to this. So why am I single? Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all the long spiel about it. Anyone who knows me knows that I particularly don't talk about this. It's not, well, I do, I don't know. I feel like it's harder for me to talk about it sometimes than others. And it's not really harder, it's just more so like I don't want to, so I don't. So I dated someone back in the day when I was in like elementary school. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. Back when I was, watch, I don't have my brush. Back in, when I was in like 8th grade, 8th going into 9th. And we dated for like 5 years. It was a pretty bad breakup, and so we were dating for 5 years. Basically, we broke up on November of 2013, and we broke up, but we never really stopped talking and stuff. Basically, how the whole situation happened, he cheated on me, he like played me, he told me X, Y, and Z, and like I said, I dated him when I was in like 8th grade. My mom was like mad at me for a while, and it was like, because I met him at my first job, and my little self was way at, my first job was McDonald's. So I was way at McDonald's, not doing well, I was doing what I was supposed to do, but I didn't go there for that. And so anyway, so we started talking, and we, like, he was really close with my family. Like, everyone loved him. I loved him. I went to college, and he went to the same city that I went to. That wasn't like planned or anything. And then what happened? So we did pretty good for a while. Like, I dated him my entire time throughout high school. And then like my freshman year at Salisbury is when things went left. It was my freshman year at Salisbury, but it was my second year of college, if that makes sense. So I started at Chesapeake, which is a community college. So I did a year there, and then I did the rest of my years at Salisbury. So my ex-boyfriend, he would work at night, and I would just be like, you know, doing my thing, minding my business, drinking my water, minding my business. And one of the, like, I don't know what happened, but we kind of just, like, gradually fell off. And I don't know if it was because he worked at night and I was in school and I was just doing my own thing, like, trying to enjoy college. So then what happened? So basically, long story short, he met somebody at work. Someone who I actually found out that he was talking to behind my back. One of the days that I found out, I like rolled up on him because he wasn't answering the phone. So I got off from work. I remember it like it was yesterday. I got off from work and I rolled up on him and he was talking to her on the phone, and he didn't stop when he seen me coming, so he didn't even have enough respect for me to even just hang up on her. So instead, he kept her on the phone, and I was just sitting there looking stupid. I was like, who are you talking to? And then I see it on the phone. It was like, bae. Mind you, me and him were not on the phone. So obviously that I went berserk, and we were actually in a Chinese restaurant. I went berserk. Oh, this is how it happened. I got off from work early and rolled up on him. He told me he was going to the laundromat, and then like the laundromat was right next to the Chinese restaurant. I saw him on the phone, blah, blah, blah. So ended up leaving, crying hysterically. He tried calling me, knowing all this and that. I think this was like my second year at Salisbury, I think. So, sorry, I'm supposed to be doing my makeup, ain't I? I'm getting distracted. All right. So from here, I like called my parents. Was talking to my mom. My dad went berserk. And he let me use his TV for my dorm room, because in my dorm room you couldn't have like the old back in the day TVs like with the backs on it. So he had like 2 flat screens because that was his thing. So he let me use his. And so when he let me use his, when I found out, obviously, like, we broke up. So we broke up. I like took him his TV. Y'all, I think I'm telling y'all the wrong story. It's been so much stuff, to be honest with you. Like, I don't remember the chain of events. So I think that was like the beginning of it. So no, I didn't take him his TV at that time. So we had broke up, and then like he said something like some sweet stuff. Obviously I was young and like dumb, and like, guess what, your girl ain't that dumb no more. Like, I'm hip to the game, probably too hip at this point. But so somehow I'm like mixing up the story. So I've taken him back so many times, and this is probably the beginning of the time that I took him back. So the other time, so it's not funny at all, actually. All right, so the other time that something that really escalated was November. It was around his birthday, and I was calling him, and like he wasn't answering, and like, I don't know, he was just being really shady, and I didn't know what was going on, but all of a sudden he went MIA. So me and his mom was really cool. She's always been nice to me, and she's always been hard on him. So one of the days, he like didn't answer or something, so I popped up at his house. You don't answer me, I'm rolling up. Popped up at the house, his mom answered and was like, he's here, he's in the room. So his room had the door locked, and his mom told me that the key was on top of the door. So I'm knocking on the door, no answer. Okay, so she's like, the key's up there, and I'm like, okay. So I get the key from the top of the door, open it up. He's in the room with the girl that he was talking to that day. Cool. That's real cute of y'all. And so I walked in. he had, not a care in the world. Like, they were just, like, laying there. They weren't doing anything, but he clearly was cheating on me. Had her in the room, and I was just sitting there. Well, I went off, but I didn't really go off the way that I should have went off. So that was that. I took him his TV, went off. That was around the time when Beyonce had the song out, Best Thing I Never Had, and I just went berserk. My mom, dad was calling me, like, are you okay? So we were really done at this time. So we were done. And like I said, we were together for like 5 years before all this stuff happened. So for me, this was more traumatic than it was to him. So he's been with multiple people. And like I said, like, I haven't had any issues with him until this had happened. So it was like a shocker to me. And I was like completely hurt, like any normal human being would be. So, and mind you, like, his birthday and my birthday are like a month apart. So this was like right around both of our birthdays, holidays, school was ending. It was just horrible. So it was a very, very bad Christmas for me. A very, very bad birthday for me. And like, I did a lot of trying to figure out why. So even though like I seen him in the room with the girl, I literally still wanted to know and wanted to figure out like what was going on. So like, I would hit him up and like just try to get answers for stuff, just because like I said, like, this was nothing that I had experienced. So I would try to get answers from him. He wouldn't pick up. Like, I went through, that was probably like the most roughest time in my life. And I know that other people have like other things going on, but for me, this like shattered me. Like, for me now, like, because of him, my trust is like shattered. And I don't know if it will ever, ever, ever go back. And I have him to thank for that. But, so fast forward, me and him, like, I stopped talking to him. I would like try to reach out to him like several times. He wouldn't even respond. He wouldn't even have the common decency to do that. He like completely changed and became somebody that I didn't know. And that's basically it. So fast forward to the next month. This was November of 13. On my birthday, he called me. And I remember this because I was in Easton. And he called me, and he was apparently driving to like Salisbury from somewhere else. And he called me and was like, I'm still gonna tell you happy birthday, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and that like ruined my birthday. He called me like at 12 o'clock. And so, of course, I answered because he wasn't replying back to me. So I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, why is he not talking to me? Why did he cheat on me? So all these questions I had, and nobody else could answer it but him. So, of course, I was reaching out to him. Of course, I was, like, trying to get answers and stuff. And I couldn't get any. And so, he wasn't replying. So, the first time he called me back from, like, November was my birthday. So, this whole month and a half, he was, like, basically ignoring me, not saying nothing to me, not giving me any type of answers. But the type of person I am, obviously, I kept trying to hit him up, kept trying to get the answers that I needed, because I didn't know, and I was slow. So that was that. So anyway, so months go by, he reaches out to me, and he, like, at this point, I'm, like, not over him, but obviously adjusting to the fact that he's not there, we're not a thing, I need to move on with my life, like, I'm young, but I'm still hung up on my boyfriend, who ain't my boyfriend no more. Oh, I forgot something is all the way over there. How am I get it? Fast forward back. So at this point, like, I'm trying to get over him. He's still living with his mom. I don't know what happened, where I was at, or what I was doing. But like eventually he like reached back out to me and basically played me again. He like told me that they were about to break up, and like to me this was like great news at the time, and I was thinking that, you know, I was happy that he was telling me this stuff, not realizing how dumb I sounded. But anyway, so fast forward, and he's like basically leading me on, telling me like, hey, you know, I'm sorry for what happened, me and her not working out, blah, 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 blah. Years after, we like consistently talked, and I've been hung up on him ever since. Not to the point right now where I am, but more so back then. Like I said, we would talk all the time, and he were like basically telling me like, hey, yeah, I'm in this situation where I really need to get out, but financially I can't. Like at this point, them two had moved in together, and he was saying that the reason why he was with her was because of the bills. And like, I was so slow. Like thinking about this, I was dumb. I was just dumb for somebody, and I thought that they cared about me, but the whole time they didn't. Like he was just playing both of us, really. Anyway, so all this stuff happened. Like I used to be in my dorm room, like shutting the world out, like just watching Netflix all day, sleeping, like depressed. I went to therapy. I just went through it, and then like we constantly were all on and off, and like every time I think I would ride by their house and like see if she was home, see if he was home. Like if he wasn't answering, I was calling, I was texting, he wasn't texting back. Like horrible. And it even goes deeper than that. So I don't even want to get into it, honestly, but it was just an effed up situation. And then I got back involved with him back in like December of 15, I want to say, like heavy. He ended up, I don't know, I don't even want to talk about it, that just gets too deep. But he's still like, hey, I'm in a situation, blah, 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 blah. I really want to be with you, and I really think that we could make it work. I want to be with you forever. All while still living with this girl. And me, who I think to be the smart female, was so dumb for somebody, thinking that they love me, and they really didn't. And like, even to this day, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I wonder how he's doing. No, stop. So, I'm about to start the eyeshadow now, y'all. So then, basically, she found out that he was talking to me, and I found out that they were having sex, and he was telling me that they even weren't having sex. Y'all, it was horrible. And I can't believe I let him do that to me. But it's okay, because I will never, and when I say never, I mean never, have this problem, because I will never let somebody do that to me again. And I suggest you do the same. And I don't know if it was because I really loved him, or if he was my first love, or both, or what. But I've learned so much from that situation, to the point where, like, I was thinking about this the other day, and like, I've come such a long way, because I was literally at the most darkest place in my life, thinking that like I literally was basically in a relationship with him again while he was with someone else. That is the most hurtfulest thing ever, because I'm sitting over here thinking like, yeah, like trusting him. Mind you, Jasmine and Sharice were like, they were my roommates. Well, Jasmine is my friend too, but Sharice was my roommate. They were like listening to me complain all day, and like Jasmine was like, she had my back, you hear me? And I was like, I was so like depressed, basically. And then like I finally was done with him and let him go, and then like I was in therapy, and that was helping, and I still think that I need therapy, to be honest with y'all. Finally kind of like broke up with him, and he would like show, oh y'all, I ended up getting him a job at my job. Like I was a fool for him. Do you hear me? a pure fool. But anyway, so the moral of the story is that, you know, I loved him. I thought he loved me. He obviously didn't. And the reason why this kind of sparked my interest for today was because he called me. He called me on Facebook Messenger at like 6:43 on like Tuesday morning. Was it Tuesday or was it a different day? I don't know what day it was. So obviously I always like wake up when someone calls me in general. And so when he called me, I was like, what the world? And mind you, his birthday was this month because it's November. Well, Lord, I'm slow. His birthday was last month, which was November. And I didn't tell him happy birthday. And I always contemplate telling him happy birthday. Excuse me. Because that's what you do when it's people's birthday. But I didn't. I didn't tell him happy birthday this year. So, but to be honest with y'all, like around his birthday, I was thinking about him. I'm not gonna act like I wasn't, because I was. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing at this point. So I didn't reach out to him, but I was thinking about him and like kind of like reminiscing to myself. But I was like pretty chill. And I just looked at the phone. He called twice. He didn't send a message. He just called. And he has my number, so I'm confused on why he called me. But he did. And I don't know what he called me for because no one told him to call me. So that was that. And I was like, I'm gonna do a video on this. And I really wanted to do it just because I knew that there's other people who have f***ed up situations the same way that I did. To this day, I have not even like dated anybody else. And here it is, 2017, about to be 2018. And we broke up in 2013. And I'm like still mentally basically, to be 100% real with y'all. But on the bright side of all of this stuff, I know my worth, and it took a lot of people, it took a lot of support, it took a lot of crying days, it took a lot of like R&B songs, it took a lot of just time. And I can't even say that I'm really over him now, but what I can say is that I'm so much stronger. I'm nowhere near where I was. I'm doing so much better off. And I just glowed up. I'm still thick, but, and the keyword I didn't say fat, but, and I mean, I'm gonna continue to grow up and glow up and do better for myself and continue to let him stay where he's at, do what he's doing. And like, there's always times where I'm like, oh, I wonder how he's doing. Like, I wonder how his daughter's doing. Yes, he has a daughter, and I don't have a child. So what does that tell y'all? That's another thing that I went through with him. But if y'all want to hear about that, let me know. But it's just too much to get into for one video. So if y'all need that, just let me know, and I'll let y'all know what happened if y'all are interested. So y'all, right now I'm just trying to blend this in, and I feel like I kind of got the hang of it a little, but I can't really see. I feel like it looks okay, I think. What y'all think? I dropped something else again. So this video really is just for me to be open with you guys a little bit more than before, and just kind of take it to a different level, because I want this to kind of be an outlet for me. And I also just want to inspire somebody and kind of let y'all know that if you're going through a breakup, or if you can relate to a fuckboy situation, sorry mom, I'm cussing. and I can't help it. And I know I'm 23, but I still feel like that's just disrespectful to her. But if you guys can relate, and if you're in a situation now, it's going to take you to go through it to get through it. And I mean that wholeheartedly, because someone can tell you all day, like, hey, you need to leave him alone. You need to do this, this, and this. And just because somebody tell you doesn't mean you're going to do it, you know? It doesn't mean anything. So it's literally going to take for you, as whoever it is going through it, it's going to take him continuously hurting you, you continuously believing him. Like, it's going to take a lot. And there's an R. Kelly song that's like, when a woman's fed up, I'm sure y'all already know that. But literally, it takes a lot. Like, it took me, years to just stop talking to him. Because I also don't know how to let people go. But that's a different story for a different day. But y'all, when I tell you, your girl was out here struggling. But yeah. So, whew. I don't know what else I'm gonna, what should I do now? Maybe we'll do a little shimmer. SOS. Hope this turns out okay. Oh, you're supposed to do concealer to make it pop. We'll try this and then we'll blend it and see what that looks like. I don't know. But yeah, so if you're in that situation and you feel like you can't get out and, you know, you don't know what you're doing, that's okay. Because it's going to take a lot of days of you crying and a lot of days of people trying to tell you what to do for you and, you know, all that stuff. And it's going to take a lot of you looking dumb. And that's okay. Because honestly, everybody goes through it. And for anybody to act like they're not, they're lying. So, I know a couple people who can relate, but it's okay. Because we all go through it. We all grow through it. As long as you grow. Ooh. As long as you grow, you'll be alright, you know? There's gonna come a time where I'm gonna find this bomb man that makes me forget about all the stuff that I just told you guys about. And I'm gonna be good, you know? And I'm not even gonna be worried about him, even though now I still worry about his well-being, because throughout our entire relationship, I always wanted the best for him. And he didn't even want the best for him, so whatever. But yeah, so that's about it. I'm continuing to kind of guide through life and kind of find my way, and you know, I've had a lot of time to do that. I've been able to graduate college still. I have 2 jobs. I started my YouTube channel. My family loves me. You know, I'm really alright. Like, you shouldn't be around nobody who don't value you. You shouldn't be around nobody who don't treat you the way you deserve. And it took me a while to figure that out. But I'm good now, you know? Like, I'm not 100% healed, and it's probably going to take me a while. But, for me, it takes me forever to even open up to somebody like that. And, I'm scared of men, low-key. Not scared of men, but the reason why I also went back to him so many times was just because I was so comfortable with him. And, I was used to him being there. He was used to, you know, me sleeping in the room with my bonnet on, or me walking around the house with, yo, I smashed this, oh, it's in my hair. He was used to, all the stuff that no new guy would know. No one wants to open up to somebody who they don't know, you know? So, that was another reason kind of how I was stuck on him, or why I was stuck on him. But now, you know, we're done. It's over. It's not no going back. It ain't no going forward with him. None. We're done. And, you know, he more than likely is still thinking about me because I was always loyal to him, always faithful, always, you know, doing what I could to help him. Not saying that he never helped me, because he did. Before all this stuff happened, I thought he was, you know, pretty good to me. But it's alright. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish doing my face and then I am gonna come back. But I'm not gonna talk because this has already dragged out enough. I'm about to listen to some music and then finish my face.
Love someone